Most people understand that exercise helps prevent disease, but far fewer realize just how powerful movement can be after a cancer diagnosis. Today, I want to share research from Professor Anna Campbell's Movement Matters course and a fascinating study by Dr. Ashley Smuder and her colleague Brandon on the effects of exercise during chemotherapy. Together, they tell one clear story that movement isn't just safe during and after cancer treatment, it's actually medicine. Every year, millions of people are diagnosed with cancer. In 2020, nearly 2 million Americans heard those words, and statistically, 1 in 2 of us will experience a cancer diagnosis within our lifetime. The encouraging news is that survival rates have doubled over the past 40 years and will continue to double over the next 40 years. But the challenge is that survivors are living longer, but not necessarily living better or well. Many face long-term side effects from the treatment, like fatigue, muscle loss, cardiovascular problems, osteoporosis, and psychological distress. All of these can linger on for years after the treatment ends. So, Professor Anna Campbell has spent years studying how exercise supports recovery and survivorship. Her research shows that movement can reduce or even prevent many of the most common physical and emotional side effects from cancer treatment. So, during treatment, exercise helps maintain cardiovascular and muscular fitness, strength and mobility, energy and treatment tolerance, sleep, confidence, and mood. After treatments, the benefits actually multiply. Exercise rebuilds that lost muscle, restores body composition, and lowers anxiety and depression. The most researched benefits of exercise with cancer are for breast, prostate, and blood cancers. And the research shows that resistance training improves bone density, strength, and self-confidence, while for advanced cancers, movement still safely enhances cardiorespiratory fitness and reduces overall fatigue. The main message that Professor Campbell wants to provide out is simple but powerful. Avoid inactivity. Any movement is better than none. So what happens during chemotherapy? Let's take a look inside the body and what actually happens. Doxorubicin, often called Dox, is a powerful anti-tumor drug used for many cancers for chemotherapy, and it's incredibly effective. But it's also known to damage healthy tissues within the body, particularly within the heart and respiratory muscles. Over time, that can lead to chronic fatigue, shortness of breath, even heart failure long after the treatment has even ended. So that's where the work of Dr. Ashley Smuder and her colleague Brandon becomes so exciting. In their lab, they tested how exercise could protect against these side effects using preclinical models with lab rats, and the results were pretty remarkable. So the animals that exercised before and during chemotherapy maintained stronger heart and diaphragm function and muscles. Exercise protected the mitochondria, the energy factories inside of our cells, and reduced the oxidative stress from the treatment and the chemical damage caused by the treatment. Exercise also activated a family of mitochondrial transport proteins. One's called ABCD8, and they helped pump out the chemotherapy drugs from the healthy cells, protecting them without interfering with its cancer-killing power. And when they compared moderate intensity training with these lab rats to high intensity training, the high intensity training group actually saw greater benefits. The rats doing high intensity training maintained more lean muscle, prevented fat gain, improved respiratory performance, and even preserved the muscles or the strength of the nerves that control the diaphragm. The high intensity rats actually maintained lean muscle, prevented fat gain, improved respiratory performance, and even preserved the strength of the nerves that control the diaphragm, something that the moderate intensity groups didn't achieve to the same degree. So, in short, exercise, especially well prescribed high intensity training, protected both the heart and the breathing muscles from the chemotherapy toxicity. Now, what does this mean for survivors? What is the human connection? In people, they're actually starting to see the same patterns. So, individuals who stay active during chemotherapy are more likely to maintain their cardiovascular fitness, experience less fatigue, and be able to complete their treatment more successfully because they are able to have the correct dose and their body is able to handle it because it's strong enough and has the right muscles and endurance in order to get the right treatment at the right dose. Moderate aerobic movement like walking or cycling and 2 sessions of strength training each week is proven to be the safest and most effective. And as more research develops, carefully prescribed interval training may become one of the more promising tools we have to preserve heart, lung, and muscular health during treatment. Overall, movement doesn't have to be long or extreme. It just needs to be very consistent and intentional, and it changes for everybody. Strength training and movement aren't just about fitness. They're about reclaiming control over your own health. Whether you're in treatment, in recovery, or supporting someone who is, movement is one of the most empowering tools that you have. It protects your heart, protects your muscles, and it restores your confidence and independence after treatment is over. This isn't about pushing through pain, it's about moving with purpose and science on your side. Now, if you'd like to talk a little bit more in depth about everything that I learned from the study and this course, I would love to chat more about it. But just as a reminder from all of this, that movement does matter, no matter what stage of life you're in, what stage of cancer you're in, movement will always be better than nothing.